World War II, 1939 to 1945, was the most devastating and widespread conflict in human history, involving over 100 million people across more than 30 countries. Triggered by the rise of fascism and the ambitions of totalitarian regimes, World War II redefined warfare, redrew global borders, and led to the establishment of international peacekeeping organizations. Treaty of Versailles and German resentment. After World War I ended in 1918, the Treaty of Versailles, 1919, placed heavy reparations and territorial losses on Germany. Many Germans viewed the treaty as a national humiliation, fueling resentment and paving the way for the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. Rise of totalitarian regimes. Germany. Adolf Hitler came to power in 1933, promoting nationalist and anti-Semitic ideologies and violating treaty terms by rearming Germany. Italy. Benito Mussolini established a fascist dictatorship with expansionist goals. Japan. Militarists took control in the 1930s, invading Manchuria, 1931, and later China, 1937. Expansionism and appeasement. The Axis powers, Germany, Italy, and Japan, sought territorial expansion. Britain and France followed a policy of appeasement, allowing Hitler to annex Austria, Anschluss, 1938, and Czechoslovakia without consequences, hoping to avoid war. Invasion of Poland. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war on Germany, marking the official start of World War II. The major powers of World War II. Allied powers. United States, joined 1941. United Kingdom. Soviet Union, joined 1941 after German invasion. China. France, Free French forces after German occupation. Axis powers. Nazi Germany. Fascist Italy. Imperial Japan. World War II timeline and key events, 1939 to 1945. Small Blue Diamond, 1939 to 1941. Blitzkrieg and the fall of Europe. Blitzkrieg, Lightning War. Germany's military strategy combined fast-moving infantry, tanks, and air power. Germany conquered Poland, 1939. Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, and France, 1940. Battle of Britain, 1941. Major campaign fought entirely by air forces. Britain resisted Nazi invasion with help from radar and the Royal Air Force, RAF. Operation Barbarossa, 1941. Germany invaded the Soviet Union, breaking the Non-Aggression Pact and opening the Eastern Front. Small Blue Diamond, 1941. The war becomes truly global. Pearl Harbor attack, December 7, 1941. Japan bombed the U.S. naval base in Hawaii. The United States declared war on Japan, and shortly after, Germany and Italy declared war on the U.S. The conflict now spanned Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. Small Blue Diamond, 1942 to 1943. Turning points of World War II. Battle of Stalingrad, 1942 to 1943. A brutal clash between Germany and the Soviet Union. Soviet victory marked a turning point on the Eastern Front. Battle of Midway, 1942. U.S. Navy dealt a decisive blow to Japan's fleet, shifting momentum in the Pacific War. El Alamein, 1942. British forces stopped German advance in North Africa. The Allies launched the North African Campaign, eventually invading Italy in 1943. Small Blue Diamond, 1944. The liberation of Europe. D-Day, June 6, 1944. Allied troops landed in Normandy, France, in the largest amphibious invasion in history. Paris was liberated in August 1944. Soviet forces pushed westward from the Eastern Front. Small Blue Diamond, 1945. The fall of the Axis powers. Battle of Berlin, April 1945. Soviet troops captured Berlin. Hitler committed suicide on April 30th. Germany surrendered on May 7, 1945, marking victory in Europe. Day V-Day, on May 8th. Atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, August 6 and 9, 1945. The U.S. dropped nuclear bombs on Japanese cities. Japan surrendered on August 15, 1945, known as VJ Day, victory over Japan. Skull. The Holocaust, genocide during war. One of the darkest chapters of World War II was the Holocaust. The Nazi regime systematically murdered over 6 million Jews, along with Romani people, disabled individuals, LGBTQ+ people, and political opponents. Concentration camps like Auschwitz, Dachau, and Treblinka became death factories. The Holocaust is considered one of the worst genocides in human history. The Nuremberg trials, 1945 to 1946, Prosecuted top Nazi officials for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Globe with Meridian's global impact and aftermath of World War II. 1. Human and economic losses. Over 70 million people died, including military personnel and civilians. Cities across Europe and Asia were destroyed. Millions were left displaced, wounded, or impoverished. 2. Creation of the United Nations, 1945. To prevent future global conflicts, the United Nations (UN) was established in October 1945, replacing the failed League of Nations. 3. The Cold War begins. The alliance between the US and the Soviet Union quickly dissolved into ideological conflict, giving rise to the Cold War, 1947 to 1991. 4. Decolonization. World War II weakened European powers, leading to a wave of independence movements in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East in the decades that followed. 5. Rise of the US and USSR as superpowers. The US emerged as a capitalist superpower, while the USSR became the leading communist nation. The bipolar world shaped political and military alliances for the rest of the 20th century. Brain key figures of World War II. Adolf Hitler, Germany Nazi dictator, responsible for the Holocaust and European War. Winston Churchill, UK British Prime Minister, led Britain through the war. Franklin D. Roosevelt/Harry S. Truman, USA US presidents during World War II. Joseph Stalin, USSR Soviet leader who led the Eastern Front. Benito Mussolini, Italy fascist leader allied with Hitler. Emperor Hirohito, Japan monarch during Japanese expansion and surrender. Magnifying glass tilted right conclusion. Lessons from World War II. World War II was more than just a military conflict. It was a battle of ideologies, survival, and humanity itself. Its causes, consequences, and historical significance continue to shape our world today. From the ashes of destruction rose institutions like the United Nations, universal declarations of human rights, and a shared commitment to remember the atrocities so that history does not repeat itself.